I think we all have these days when you just feel like shit, and usually it's without any real explanation, without any visible reason or anything like that. And when you feel like that, it's usually really hard to snap out of it, so I am here today to help you get out of this shit. The last few days have been like this for me as well, so let's get out of this together. Okay? What I mean by feeling like shit is this. You can't do anything because you have no motivation or inspiration. You have no energy to do sports, no will to do anything productive, so you just sit there being pretty much depressed, but also not really depressed because it's just a bad mood. But it's not really a bad mood because you're not sad, but also not happy, so you basically feel nothing at all, which for me is the worst thing ever, but happens quite often, so I had to find ways to deal with it, so here are my tips. Alright, so my first piece of advice is very obvious, and it's not really easy, but it's also very effective, so I wanted to include it. And it's getting as much energy as you possibly can together and start moving. And by that I mean move around, start maybe just jumping or just move anything, any part of your body, just start moving. The best way to do it is of course like doing a workout or just some kind of sports, but for that you would need a lot of energy, so I'm not sure if you can get it if you really feel like shit. Then what's really good is going outside for that as well. Like if you go for a run outside, for example, or just going for a walk is really helpful because you also get the fresh air, which is also good for your body and will energize you. And in general, if you move, you will get more energy out of that. Alright, then the second point is calling a friend. I mean, it depends which kind of person you are, but if you're a communicative person that needs to talk to people, then this will help you for sure because you need to talk to someone. So you just can call a friend and talk about something, share your thoughts or whatever, and this will give you some energy and maybe motivation to start doing something else at home. Alright, the third part is being creative, and what I mean by that is like drawing something or maybe taking pictures if you like photography, maybe writing a song or choreographing a dance, whatever. Do something creative, and then it will feel like you have done something, you have finished something, even if it was a bad day. Even if you had a shitty day, you still have something from that day that you can look at afterwards, and you feel like you have done something on that bad day. Then something I would encourage you to do is writing down stuff. It doesn't really matter what, but I have two things that I would recommend you writing down. The first thing is writing down the thing that makes you sad or angry or emotional in any way, because I feel like usually if you feel like shit, you don't really have a reason that you can explain why you are like that, but also there is, not always, but sometimes there is a subconscious thing that makes you angry or sad or emotional, and it will help if you can write it down and destroy it, like literally. I think the best way is to burn it, just to write down your problems and then burn them, and it will also free your mind a bit. Or just throw it away, do whatever you want with it. And the second list I would encourage you to write is writing down things that make you happy. And you can write this when you are happy actually, and not when you're like feeling like shit, because that's more difficult. But when you feel happy, then you should write down what makes you happy. And I mean like places where you should go, or books or movies, like books to read, movies that you like to watch that make you happy or motivate you. It's really good to see something or read something that motivates you and not just makes you happy, because then you start doing something by yourself. Then activities. Activities are not so easy because you need energy to do something. So it's not easy to just write down activities because you won't really do them. But still you have activities that don't need much energy, like maybe drawing a little bit or coloring something, things like that. Then food. For me, food is very important. I just love to eat. But even if you don't really like to eat, I'm sure that there are some foods that you like that make you happier, and just like chocolate or something actually makes you happy, like chemically, or I don't know, actually makes you happier. So I'm sure that if you eat some food that you like, you will be more happy and energized. The last point of this is music. I feel like music is very, very important. Even if you don't listen to music a lot, it always can help. You can look up music playlists that are like happy music on YouTube, but I think what is better is the music that you like. Even if it's music that's more sad or generally music that's not associated with happiness, it's still gonna be better for you, and you're gonna be happier if you listen to music that you like, even if it's not really happy music. And if you have these days when you feel like shit regularly, then you pretty much know why you are like that and how you can get out of this. So I think what's good if you can record yourself on camera, like maybe on your phone, talking to yourself pretty much. So when you feel good and feel happy, you can make a video of yourself where you talk to yourself when you feel like shit. So you just tell yourself to stop being like that and tell yourself to do stuff that you like. Everything that you wrote down, maybe just talk to yourself. Then your the version of yourself that feels like shit will feel guilty for not being like this happy self. Maybe that will help, maybe not, I don't know. And the last point that I think can help is thinking of your younger self, because I think you don't have to impress or be good enough for anyone but yourself. So you can try to impress the younger version of yourself, or not impress, but just think if your younger self would be happy with what you are doing right now, or would be proud of you, who you are right now. And if not, maybe you have more motivation to change that and just behave differently. Lastly, I would like to say that you shouldn't try too hard to be productive on days like these. If you have to work or finish something, then of course you don't have a choice, but if you don't have to do something on that exact day, then you shouldn't be too hard on yourself. You should just try to enjoy the day and your life in general. And I think the only thing that really matters is that you're happy. So if you can find a way to bring happiness into days like these, then it's the best you can get. And you don't have to be productive every single day. So you should just try to enjoy the day and don't beat yourself up. So that's it for today's video. I hope I could help you make your bad days a bit better. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and have a good day.